All right. We on? All right, cool. All right. You're going to be surprised being that the fact that I bought this and got my money back already. I wanted to do a kind of an angry review on this Beacon Mix Create. And we'll be right back and I'll tell you all about it. Okay, so the Beacon Mix Create. What do I say about it? Kind of a waste of money. And I'm going to explain everything to you guys as to why. First, I want to share something with you. Got this off of Amazon, first of all. And I should say, whoever's developing this thing and putting it out, be more careful with your sellers because they're giving you all a bad name. Got this from Amazon. Came in a bag, not another box. Came in one of those Amazon bags, right? So here you are. Damaged box. Okay, you see that first of all. I could tell this was a used product. It was unboxed and used. You know why? Because this little piece of tape right here. Okay, guys, Future Axe here. I just want to intervene real quick and kind of sum up everything that I was saying in this elongated video of mine. The point I'm trying to make is there's free software out there that does the same thing or even more. This product is not worth the money. Do not pay $200 for this product. This product is maybe worth $25, period. You know Thank you very much. Because enjoy the video. Piece of tape right here. See you on the next one. I'm not an idiot, okay? I know the tape, this tape was re-adhesed on because you can see a little bit of the white. So if you peel that back, see how that's coming off like that? There's two of them on there. So anyway, that's one aspect. The next one is how they sold it to me as a new product. I got a used product because when I opened it up, if you notice, you know how these things come taped up, usually the plastic. You notice the box, right? See how this seems like it's been pulled out already? It was just like this when I got it. See that corner right here, or the corner right here? See how it's mangled already and bent up? When I opened the box, that's how it was. And typically they have tape. It was just sitting on top of the actual device, right? Just like that. Also, I'm not going to show you guys on camera, but if you ever get something like that or something that's USB or anything, and I took a nice video, right? If you look at this, you can tell they added this strip, a new strip to it. But anyway, I won't go into detail how I know that stuff. The next thing was I noticed on the actual hardware itself. And remember this, if you're using a USB product and you get it out of the box and you're wondering, man, what? Something's strange, man. This looks like it's been out of the box or used. The first thing I did was look on the back where the USB-C plugs into, right? And if you notice, very fine scratches, like somebody's been trying to plug in the USB-C. That's somebody that's already had it on their desk and maybe has unplugged it and went over here like this, not looking. They pull it out and they're back there going, trying to put it back in, right? And they're missing. Well, it's matte black back there. You cannot hide scratches, okay? Then you turn it over and it's got rubbery pads to hold it on the desk, right? So I turn it over, I'm looking in the light on the pads, and you can see the little black rubbery pads have already looks like it's been sitting on a desk already. They're already a little bit worn. They had some scratches on it, like it's been sliding around, you know, it's got that abrasion to it. And I'm thinking to myself, this is unbelievable, right? So of course I call Amazon and I let them have it. She even said, you know what, I'll refund your money and you don't have to send it back. You can throw it away if you want to. So that's probably where it's going to go in the garbage. All right, moving on from that. To add to that, this is what they had the wire wrapped into. And you know, anytime you get a new USB device, they had the wire wrapped in a circle. And I'm like, when it comes from the manufacturer, man, that wire is perfectly looped around. And when how the wire was in the box, it was just all over the place, right? With this new thing on it, with the tape glued to it. So I was like, come on, man, I can't believe you guys just sent me a used product, right? That's the short story of already I'm pissed off, right? So getting back to what's going on here. I just want to tell you guys, be careful of the reviews that you listen to, because a lot of times you don't realize, and I've said this in a lot of my videos, they might tell you they're not sponsored or not getting paid or whatever they're blowing sugar up your ass about, or they sent them it for free. You best believe all this good, nothing negative about a product, somebody's getting a piece of the pie. Okay. Or that's not always the case. Sometimes it's just this person is just like kind of overzealous about, because he wants views and subscribers and likes, and you know, it's not necessarily whether he even cares how good the product is, or he wants you to buy the product, or they, she, he, I don't know what the hell they're called. I'm going to say this right off the bat. This Beacon Mix Create is a very well thought out piece of software. The hardware is trash, and I'm not saying the build quality is trash, right? It's all plastic knobs. The build quality feels okay. I'm not one for talking about build quality, like getting into all this bullshit. You got your 4 wheels, right? And then you got 5 buttons down here, which this button over to the right has 2 functions. If I leave it here, this is what I hear, okay? This is what I'm hearing, right? If I switch it here, this is what you guys are hearing, so I can monitor what you're hearing. Why I would want to do that? I could already do that in OBS. First of all. Second of all, when I do that and you go over to that, if you have if you have some volumes like your music volume, right? I didn't know what I was doing I was trying to do something else. I was trying to route each specific, and I'll show you guys. I was trying to route each specific to a different virtual input. So on every one of my scenes, I would have different volumes for stuff. That's how I do it, because I don't want you guys to get blasted out by music on my game scene when I'm playing a game, but I do want the music a little louder, say on this scene, so that, because it's only me talking and then you got music, right? So I make it a little louder. Or if I'm on just this scene right here, I want my music a little louder than my game scene, right? And then I might want my Discord a little louder on this one, because that's all that's going on, right? You know, if I'm podcasting or whatever and someone's talking to me while I'm streaming or recording or whatever, right? It's just me and them, so I want their levels to be higher. Now, if I go to my game scene, right? If I go to this scene or this scene, all right, I have my game music set to a lower volume, so that way you guys can hear more of the game. You know, and I have ducking set to each one of them, and you cannot do that with the submixes on this Beacon, okay? Yes, they have submixes, but you cannot set these submixes to each scene. So in other words, the music submix right here, that's it. One submix, that's it. You cannot say, okay, I want this level submix on my scene 1. Then I want another music submix to go to scene 2. You can't do that, all right? You have to have, in order to do that, you have to have a lot of virtual inputs, okay? So in other words, I would have to make this one music, this one music, this one music. If I had 3 scenes that had different music volumes, right? I would have to take this one, and this one and apply them all to music. Okay, so they do give you, all right, one, which is mic. We won't count that one. Game, we can't count that one because you have game audio. Music, right? Then you have chat, can't count that one. Browser, I don't use browser. Like if I'm opening YouTube, you're hearing my desktop's volume. So I don't know why that's different. And maybe for some people it works. I've never had the need for that, right? This is all about need, right, guys? If you're spending this much money, are you spending the money because you need it? You do not need this. There's no need for this. This might look pretty on your desk, but it does take up more desk space. Now you have more clutter when you don't need that. Now you have something else to worry about with your hands instead of playing the game. Like, to me, that's what I'm saying. Content creators, it depends on what you're using it for. If you're a gamer and a streamer, this is not a need. And I'm going to show you in a second. And the main reason why, there's a few main reasons why that I don't like this product. Something to route your audio when you could do that stuff for free. Set it to your volumes in OBS and leave it the hell alone. You don't ever need to touch it anymore. So for example, you have 100 viewers, right? And out of the 100 viewers, one jerk off douchebag says, hey, I don't like the volume of your Discord. Hey, I think your music's too low. Okay, go fuck yourself. Go watch somebody else that has their music higher. You'd rather listen to music than watch the stream and hear the game. The other 99 people haven't said shit in an hour about that, and you're the only one. So it's like somebody hears something like that, a streamer, and oh God, I gotta fix that. Somebody said something negative. Fuck the negative. Let them be hate. Let them hate. Let them. You got 99 other people that are enjoying your fucking stream. Who cares about the 10, 20 fucking people that might say something about that? Because then you're going to get another 100, okay? And out of that, 10 other people might say something. Who gives a fuck? Let them hate. You got to regulate that, guys. You got to regulate. You can't jump and follow every time someone says something negative or hateful. You got to evaluate that. I'm not saying ignore it or what. You got to evaluate it for what it is. Right? If it's something you say, oh, what did he just say? And then you're like, oh, let me check this. Like, what? No one's ever told me that before. Well, that probably means if no one's ever complained about that before on your stream or whatever you're doing, why the fuck you gonna worry about it when this guy just comes along, or person or whatever they are, and says some shit out of the blue? Maybe that's just their preference. Go fuck yourself, douchebag, and go watch somebody else then. Who gives a fuck? It's one person out of fucking 99. Move on. In regards to this situation here, like I said, they give you the sub mixes, right? They don't allow you to incorporate any VSTs in this thing. And the thing is, I could put VSTs into, of course, Streamlabs OBS. So, and attach it to, but here's the thing now. You're using this, okay, and I'm going to show you. So now that you're using the beacon, you have to go into Streamlabs and you have to go into audio and you have to enable your mic auxiliary device 1 as what they tell you to do, the audience mix, right? So that allows all your mixes that are in here, that are on your Beacon Mix Create deck right here, your software, that allows all these sounds to go through one mixer. This mixer right here on your OBS. So every scene you have, okay, every scene you have and change to, that mixer, that's everything is going through this volume. So if I turn this down right now, the volume of my mic goes down. So I have to keep this all the way up, right? Or whatever my preferred level is. Once you check your stream and make sure it's okay. So every one of them are going to come through this one mixer, right? As you see over here on this one, you can see I have plentiful different volumes set, and you notice how I have it set game music, right? There's my blue Sonar right there, and I can actually add filters to each one of these that I want. If you add a filter to this one mixer, okay, which I do have and I don't like it, we all have common sense enough that these two VST plugins are not just going to affect my microphone, right? They're going to affect every sound that's coming through that one mixer fade. I'm putting microphone VSTs on my game sound, my music sound, Discord sound, on everything. That's dumb. That is a dumb concept. So in order for you, like I said, to get different volumes on each scene, you can't use this. If this is what you do, and like I said, this makes more sense to me to do if you have enough virtual inputs, because on each one of these you can go in, right, and you can set a different device. So if I click on this, right, here's what I use for Voicemeeter. See all these cables, cable D, cable B, okay? I got virtual cable, then I got, I got all these different cables, cable B, cable C. So I can set different devices for each one of these, okay? So that way, in my OBS, which has this already, I can set different volumes that go out to you guys, right? And in my Voicemeeter, which is the same thing as this, okay, does the same thing as this Beacon software, and Voicemeeter is free. And, you know, I'm not going to lie. When I first dove into Voicemeeter, was very intimidated. I dove into Voicemeeter when I was using a 2 PC setup. Very intimidating. It took me a long time to try and figure that out. So, but in a single PC setup, it's a lot simpler. You can to a certain degree. Like, you can do the same kind of concept. And the problem is, by doing so, all right, by that setup, I would go into my audio, into Streamlabs OBS, right? I would go into my audio and that would be disabled. So that way everything would be disabled. So that way I can just set my own devices on each one of my sliders in OBS. By doing that, trying to do that with the Beacon, my chat, which is Discord, okay, you have to set that for your Windows. I know I'm showing you guys more than what I expected to show you, but I'm trying to prove to you guys that this shit is not worth spending $200. Okay, honestly, if you're gonna get this, first of all, the piece you're paying the money you're spending is for this piece of hardware. I mean, their software is not even entailed like Voicemeeter have so many other options that you can choose from, so many other things on it, and it blows my mind that we pay $200 for something this simple. Now it's simple, yeah. It's not that simple, but it's simple, okay? It's not like Voicemeeter. Voicemeeter has so many other things you can do, right? So it's a little more intimidating. And then you got this down here with the routing table, okay? Which I haven't even really understood completely yet with the routing table. Apparently this stuff allows whatever you have set to each channel to come through to each channel, like audience mix. So everything here is going to my audience mix that I have checked, which has to be, right? Let me just show you guys. In order for you to hear, for your audience to hear your chat and your microphone, right? You have to set the system as your default device. And then you have to set the Beacon Mix Create as your default communication device, which is your chat. So you have to set system to default device, and then you have to set your chat as your default communication device in order for this thing to work properly. But the problem with that is when you go back into OBS, and if you're trying to do it the way I do it, if you're trying to do it like this, and you're trying for each scene, like this scene right here, here's my audio for this scene. I have it all muted. So that way, you know, I'm only using this because I don't want it to interfere. But if I unmute that, look what happens. So now I got my mic coming out here, and I have my mic coming out on Discord. Because you have to set Discord. Okay, I have it on default right now, right? But if I set Discord to chat, which you can't set it to chat, you have to set it because this is what I'm talking about. I was trying to just set it to chat, and there's no chat in here, right? Because it's Discord. It's dumb, right? You have to have everything going through here. So, and that's stupid. So why would I want two microphones? So I have to mute that. So in other words, I can't make my Discord volume different than my mic volume, right? On this scene. So not to make a long story short, guys, I think you get the gist of it now. In Voicemeeter, let me open up Voicemeeter, okay, to show you guys. And I know some of you are well schooled on Voicemeeter, probably already use it. Here you go. Very simple. Up at the top, okay, I have my microphone going through my Rodecaster Pro 2, okay, that's how I had it set up. Then I have Discord, cable A, music, cable B, alerts, cable C. Once I have all these set up to different virtual inputs, this is a free program. Voicemeeter is a free program. It's software just like what you're using in your friggin' all these shits that they're charging you $200 for. Rode wants you to pay a monthly subscription. Okay, I bought the Rodecaster Pro 2, right? They don't even give me their submix software. I actually have to, and this is that's a different video of anger. You actually have to use one of their new microphones in order to get to use that software. First of all. Second of all, they're going to make you pay a monthly fee to use a friggin' piece of software like this Beacon software. They're going to charge you a monthly fee. Come on, guys. Like come on. Let's get real, okay? So, you see my voice meter over here now. You see my inputs, right? Once again, free software. You can set your shit in voice meter to whatever inputs you want, right? Or outputs, okay? And you come over here, in each scene, you're able to set up your different volumes on each one of your scenes that you want. So if I switch to a different scene, if I switch to this scene right here, here's my volumes for this scene, right? Discord, my sound effects, which are these.
Run, bitch! Run!
Okay. But I have that set to a certain volume. Right now, as you see, everything's going to this volume. Now, I can go back to the Beacon mix and set that volume, which is fine, okay? I could come back here and I have it set to aux 1, right? So I have to the stream, you know, it's full because I want you guys to hear that shit. And in my ears, it comes like that. But I could do the same thing right here, alerts. I think I have it set under alerts. I have all my alerts. I could do the same thing in voice meter. This is my alerts in voice meter. Shut the fuck up! Okay. It's not playing right now because I don't have voice meter set up, okay? I don't have the cable working right now. So that's why it's not coming through. And I don't have, the reason why it's not coming through because I don't have these things set like I would normally do for voice meter, for my cable input. So in other words, for my Stream Deck, instead of this reading aux for the Beacon, I would set this to, I would come in here and set this to virtual cable C. So typically I would have that set to C. So all my Stream Deck sounds, okay, would shoot through to cable C. So you would see this activate, the visualizer activate, and this is what I'm going to hear, the level I'm going to hear. I like to hear the same level as you guys because I think it's funny. So I just leave it at the same level. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, how often do you move around different levels? You don't do it that often. If I had to think back and say to myself, how many times did I have to change level? Once I got and tested all my streams of the volumes and got feedback of different volumes that I needed from my stream, once I set them all, how often do you go back and mess with them? I'll wait. Since I've had this, the 2 days I've had this, the only thing that I've had to, and I didn't even have to, I've played with the music volume for my ears. That's it. Because once you set your stream volumes, they basically never change, right? You set up your stream to be uniform because, so what are you going to do? You're going to set it right one day and then come in and say, fuck, I want to turn all this shit up. Let's blast everybody's ears today. No, you're trying to keep it uniform and trying to find that medium spot for your entire audience. So once you get to that point, you set your volumes in Streamlabs with your virtual inputs. Go to this device, and I would look for input virtual cable C. And when I pick C here, all right, so if I choose C, let's go ahead and unmute, right? And I hit this.
Run, bitch!
I wonder if it's gonna work. No, it's not gonna work because, all right, it's not gonna work right now. And the reason why is because I have to go back to my Windows and I have to set everything because I don't have my window. I have my Windows set for default devices as something different. So none of that sound's gonna come through. It's because I'm using the Beacon right now. So this whole video, I'm using Beacon. Just to show you guys what's going on here. I don't want this video to go too long. I wasn't expecting it to be this long. Okay, so to recap, bottom line, don't buy this Beacon Create Mix, okay? And my thing is, at least not right now, like, why are you buying these products, spending money on these, on what they're telling you they might do with their software later? What happens if you buy the shit that you heard them say that they're gonna do that's specific to your needs and say, oh God, I'm gonna buy it now and they're gonna update it in a year and I'm gonna get that I'm gonna get that function that I want and been wanting. What if they go out of business? What if fucking like they just decide to say, you know what, it's for those amount of people, it's not worth us spending the money to develop that, which happens all the time. Happens all the time. They promise you a lot of shit in their marketing. That's what marketing is all about. Guys, you got to stop paying attention to this marketing. I've done it. I still do it to this day. You know, not as much as I used to, but I still get caught up sometimes, okay? Just like Battlefield 2042, I got caught up in all their marketing. Look what happened. The game was a piece of shit, right? Trash. Crashed instantly. We all got caught up in the marketing. Pay attention to the marketing, and it doesn't help when you have these YouTube content creators that are reviewing this shit and they're making this stuff smell like roses because they might think that they might work for their needs, right? And when I say needs, they don't even need it. They don't even need it. There's other options out there that we're throwing our money around to these companies. That's what I'm telling you. This Voicemeeter, and I'm not saying like Voicemeeter is a god, right? I'm just saying it's a free piece of software and it's reliable. I don't rarely have any problems with this software. Sometimes I might have to restart my audio engine. That's it. But it's not while I've never had to stop my stream because something happened with Voicemeeter. It's just like your Windows inputs. It's taking control of your Windows inputs. Same thing the Beacon software does. So you download and install Voicemeeter if you're on a single PC. You set your cable inputs. You can name them up here, you know what they are. So now your Windows has everything routed that you want to these. You can set your volumes in Voicemeeter to the volumes you want to hear, right? So Voicemeeter, okay, so the same thing. Voicemeeter, let me go back one more time. For example, all right, let me just kind of sum this up for you. So, you know, in the Beacon software and all the other submix softwares, all right, here's your two volumes, right? Submix. If you take this away and you go to Voicemeeter and you have free Voicemeeter and then you have free OBS or Streamlabs OBS, there's your submixes, Voicemeeter and OBS. Free sliders on both. There's your submixes. Because Voicemeeter, you're gonna set the volumes, and you have mute on here. And if you have the Elgato Stream Deck, you can set the functions. Here's your hardware. Here's your freaking hardware. Buy a fucking Elgato Stream Deck. There's your hardware. You don't need their shit, right? There's so many things you could set keybinds. For example, like I said, here's your audio, and then over here, here's your audience mix levels. But there's so much more you can do now because now I can set different levels to each one of my scenes, right? Like I said, if I want my game music to be louder or my music, right? I name this game music because I know it's a game scene, right? So I want my game music to be lower than my regular face cam only scene, right? But now I have more options and more things I could do. They don't even do everything to make it worth buying. There's nothing worth spending your money on this product. There's already things out there that can do this shit. Unless you're putting this shit out and it can do amazing shit differently than what this can do, why are you fucking doing it? Why? I just don't understand. Like, I'm so glad that I got my money back for this thing because I'd be way more pissed off right now. And, you know, it's funny because I got my money back. It's now a free product. And guess what? Even it being sitting on my desk free, I'm going back to Voicemeeter and I'm using my Voicemeeter because I can open up Voicemeeter when my computer turns on, my Voicemeeter comes up, all my virtual channels are ready. I open up my Streamlabs. I'm ready to stream. I don't have to worry, and I don't have to touch my volumes. If I want to touch my volumes, you know, I don't even have, I could set up macros on my Elgato to my Voicemeeter if I wanted to, but I don't because I don't touch it that much. Guys, think, how much are you going to touch this piece of equipment on your desk? How much are you going to need to touch this for $200? Because once you set your volumes, you're pretty much done, man. There's your volumes. Submix. Streamlabs or OBS. Streamlabs, Voicemeeter, and OBS. There's your submixes. Your OBS is your streaming volume. Your Voicemeeter is your volume. They did think of a lot of stuff, but they didn't. Like I got one guy saying, oh, they thought of everything. No, they didn't. No, they didn't think of everything. So where's the thought process on different volumes for each scene? How are you going to control that? You can to a certain point. You could do a couple of them, but it still doesn't have the capability to add VSTs. Doesn't have the capability, like I said, to add separate volumes to your streams. I don't know, guys. If you find it worth it, luckily I got my money back. Why would I want to spend $200 on this product when everything about my stream was fine? I had to do nothing. I have very rarely changed my volumes. Also, hit the subscribe button. Hit that like button. Just throw in a comment or an emoji or something. Let me know you're watching. Let me know you hated it. Let me know you liked it. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I like hate just as much as I like. Hate keeps me motivated. But until next time, keep it real.